What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Taylor Times. I'm Michael.
I'm Devin.
All right, today we're going to be talking about Arches National Park, one of our favorites. It is in near Moab, which is, I believe, Graham County, Utah, southern Utah. And let's go ahead and pop this thing off.
Yep, so we review our national parks with 4 categories. Parking, friendliness, accessibility, and animals, and then we give it an overall rating from 1 to 5. So let's start with parking.
All right, parking is, I dare I say, limited for as small as the park is. Most of the parking is in the front or at the very end. In between, you got a few, but not many. So when you first get in, they have available spots for RVs and stuff like that where you can drop off your trailer and continue up. So there are tight curves and stuff like that, so that's the reason they prefer you to drop your trailer and and go from there. You have water fountains at the front as well near the parking, so before you get off in there, it'd be wise to fill up.
Yep. All right, so while you're in the park and you're going to see different sites, there are larger parking areas for enjoying those sites, but they can fill up if it is busy. So just be mindful if it's a busy time and you get somewhere in, deeper in the park. If the parking's full, you may have to come back to that particular attraction. So that's the only drawback there, but you can still see a lot just driving through the park. And number 2, friendliness.
We didn't have too much interaction with too many people. There were a good amount of people there. We only saw the NPS, what do you call them? Rangers. We only saw them a few times, but, nothing outstanding or,
Nothing remarkable. Everybody was nice and pleasant enough. The kids did not do the ranger badges there, so we don't have like a true encounter with any of the rangers. But yeah,
and as far as the people, everybody's pretty much minding their own business and trying to do their thing. So what was it, accessibility?
Yep. Number 3, accessibility.
So accessibility, we highly suggest that you scope out the terrain before you either get a wheelchair or a stroller out there, because there is sand in a lot of spots and that can be slippery. In addition to that, we want to make sure that you know that most of these spots are pull-offs. So they're not where you can just go out there and hike. They want you to stay off of the natural monuments that are there, because they can literally just fall apart. So I know you got more to add on that one.
Yeah, well, there are, basically just staying on the designated path will help with that if you do have a wheelchair or a stroller, but just being mindful that you're on a designated path that is paved, because if you go off, then it erodes very easily. But these areas are clearly marked. There won't be any guessing about it, and you'll be fine if you do that. There is handicap parking within these other attraction type areas, but again, if it's full, then it's full. So but yeah, so accessibility, you can still enjoy a lot of things from the car, like I said before, just driving around, but it's just going to be
limited.
It's going to be limited.
Yeah, and we did see somebody fall on the sand, like I mentioned. It's shifty, so just be careful.
Yep. And even if you just have little kids, like them just running around ahead of you and stuff, even be careful with that.
Yep.
Okay, so animals.
All right, we didn't see too many animals. I think we saw some birds.
That was it.
And that's pretty much it. But there are, small mammals that are out there that you can see, mainly either at dusk or dawn. Both of the times we were not there in the park.
Right. So we're not sure what else there's. It's potential for you to see these things, but we just didn't encounter anything but a couple of birds. And yeah. That's the animals. Overall rating 1 to 5.
I'd say mine is a 4. It's a very beautiful park. The general area of Moab is, it's a small town, but
Yeah.
everywhere that we went out there, it was beautiful. It's a very tombstone-like, the old Western type atmosphere. And I enjoyed that because I had never seen it up to that point. So Southern Utah is just beautiful in general.
Yep, I would give it a 4 as well. Very, very beautiful. Lots of potential for stargazing because Arches is an international dark sky park.
Tell me more.
And international dark sky parks are parks that are committed to preserving your ability to monitor the stars and keep it dark and not throw up a bunch of extra lights, basically. So that's what that means. There are several national parks that have this title. And I think, Grand Canyon is one.
Yeah.
And you'll know this because when you go into the visitor centers, they are proud of it. In the visitor center, it will be like an area where it's like dark sky themed merch and souvenirs and stuff like that. So you'll know.
Yeah.
And so that way you can ask questions about the best spots to stargaze, the best times and stuff like that. Yeah. And when you go stargazing, make sure that you are taking maybe a map or something with you, or a device that has like red light to help you view the different constellations and stuff. Because
a star map.
A star map. That's what I mean, a star map. So it's you will see the visibility is intense. So if you're just used to identifying your Big Dipper, Little Dipper, it's going to be harder to find these things in this type of sky because all the stars are
millions. You can see the Milky Way galaxy.
Yes.
That's what's crazy about it, because you look at a lot of pictures and it's like, I've never seen the sky like that. That's not
fake.
Real. But it's real. It's legit. So when you go out there, I suggest doing it later, as late as possible.
Yes.
Because that's your best chance of not getting interrupted with somebody's car lights or something like that. So just find your nice little pull off, set up shop. Turn your lights and stuff off. Know where all of your lights and stuff are, because we had a situation where somebody opened their door and they were panicking. It was a new vehicle, so they didn't know how to turn off the interior lights, and they're just screwing everybody else's, light situation.
Yeah, because your acclimation is like 20-30 minutes, and then once that light's introduced, you need a whole another 20-30 minutes before your eyes reacclimate.
Exactly.
So when you know where your lights are, that's helpful. But I mean, it's difficult with kids to kind of go late, but if you prepare yourself, you can figure out a way to do it. Take blankets, take snacks, and kids like any excuse to stay up late.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let this be that, because if you don't do it late, you will run into lots of people. And then what ended up happening with us, we just went back to the campsite, which was at a BLM, and we could see a lot from there as well.
Yeah, but there is definitely something magical about, being able to see the universe in our national parks. So, get out there, enjoy your parks. Like I said, these are your parks. Take ownership. Don't pollute the daggone thing and stuff like that. That's our PSA for the moment.
And deface.
Yeah.
All those things.
We still got to talk about that too with Zion National Park in George.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah.
You'll find out about George.
Yep.
All right, well, we appreciate you watching, liking, and subscribing. And also comment, ask questions if you got them. If you like certain topics, we'll cover those. But, keep in touch, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah, that's all we have for now. We will see you in the next video.
All right, later.
Bye.